Energy efficiency is a core pillar of what we need to do to achieve climate neutrality. Why? Because when transitioning to a system that is largely decarbonized and is largely reliant on, we believe, renewable energies, energy efficiency makes everything easier. So by reducing demand in buildings, by making the cars we use more efficient, by making the industrial processes we use and we operate more efficient, we need less energy, we need less materials, we need simply less to achieve our goals. So next to all of the other benefits that we have from energy efficiency, whether it's new jobs, more comfortable homes, more healthy homes, and all of these things that come with energy efficiency investments and renovations and also different transport systems, etc., it makes the whole goal much cheaper, much more attainable, and is simply, therefore, a basic element of us reaching our goals. When it comes to energy security, of course, energy efficiency naturally goes hand in hand with less energy consumption, and that less energy consumption means less vulnerability from the importing fuels that we have, lower imported fuel bills, and also often new energy systems that make us more resilient. So whether that's an efficient district heating system that relies on a number of different heating sources, or a power system that's reliant on more very different renewables, it can make us resilient in multiple different ways. But energy efficiency, as a first start, helps us really reduce our fuel imports and our vulnerability. The European Commission has essentially proposed two basic things when it comes to the near term and a long-term vision when it comes to buildings. The near-term main asks are that we introduce minimum energy performance standards for buildings. So that means that the least efficient, the most leaky, uncomfortable, unhealthy homes in Europe will have to be renovated to a higher standard. This is incredibly important for how our buildings look, because that means we can no longer leave people behind in outdated infrastructure. It's a complete remodernization program for our building stock. So our buildings will look nicer, they will be more comfortable, they will have less leaking of energy, and they will be healthier because of the new heating sources we've put in. And I believe they will look nice and also be more valuable. So even if it costs something for people to renovate their home, they will also have higher property values and more comfortable homes to live in. The second thing the Commission is saying is that for new buildings, they have to be built to a very high standard and integrate things like solar rooftop, PV systems to supply energy to the home to balance out the remaining energy demand they have. So what our new buildings will look like is really the state-of-the-art technology that we have on the market today, so that when we build something new and we put all of that money and investment into laying a foundation, building up the walls, and doing everything else that's necessary for a new construction, we do it in a way that's fit for purpose for our long-term goals, but also incredibly comfortable and efficient. And finally, in the long term, the ambitious goal is to make the entire building stock incredibly efficient. So that will be a longer process, but these minimum energy performance standards will likely continue into the future, so that step by step we get closer to the goal of all of our buildings in Europe being zero emissions buildings. My impression of this program is that it is a real success and a great example of private sector and civil society actors coming together to take over a role that is currently being under-delivered and undersupplied by the government, and showing that public consciousness about energy efficiency programs can be mainstreamed. That the private sector can also play a role in this, and hopefully also drive the public sector to improve over time. I think the numbers I've seen for the types of engagement with the content, but also great events like this, I think are really something to emulate in any country that's looking to go a step forward, especially when the government is maybe not currently up to the task or currently as engaged.